Hey, welcome to the Stephanie Stevens Show, where I help you discover the power of communication and the keys that unlock the doors to freedom in every area of your life. Hello, my dear friend. Thank you so much for listening to the Stephanie Stevens Show podcast. That's me. I'm Stephanie Stevens. And I just want to go through the little things that I'm going to ask you to do before I launch into my heartfelt message for you today. So if you'd be so kind as to subscribe, that will ensure that you never miss an episode and it keeps us connected. Also, if you would kindly rate the podcast, that helps me. I know your feedback is really important because I am here to improve. I'm here to grow and learn, and podcasting is pretty new to me. So I'm just launching out and definitely would love some feedback from you. So if you'd rate the podcast, that would be great. And then also, if anything resonates with you, please share it. We love to share good things. And if there's a message that you hear that you know your friend, your sister, your coworker would really benefit from, I am just going to encourage you to please share that with them as well. Okay, so here's what's really strong on my heart today for you. And because it's so strong on my heart, I know it's important that somebody hear this today. And maybe you are exactly that somebody. What needs to be said that hasn't been said? Just think on that for a minute. Search your heart. Search how your body responds in this moment to that question. What needs to be communicated that hasn't been communicated? What are you holding on to that you've been thinking about that has been occupying some of the space in your head, in your heart, in your mind? Maybe it's kind of like a program running in the background. What is that? Identify that. So just take a minute and now ask for a third time, what needs to be said that hasn't been said yet? What have you been afraid, perhaps, to communicate to somebody? And remember, communication takes many forms. What's the hug that needs to be given today? What's the smile that needs to be given? Whose is the hand that needs to be held today? If it's verbal communication and it's something that needs to be said, what is hanging on the inside of you that's been maybe eating away at you or generating some type of emotion on the inside of you? Find where that is in your body. Is it in your solar plexus, in your chest? Is it in the pit of your stomach? Does it manifest as a pain in your neck? Do you find yourself holding on to or favoring one side of your neck over the other? I'd be curious to know that, considering the left side in Chinese medicine is indicative of the mother side and the right side indicative of the father side. Just curious. Nonetheless, find where you can identify that inside of your body. Now allow it to float up to the top of your mind and into your present awareness. And then now just pull it out in front of you. Pull it out in front of you, outside of you, and put it in front of you. Place it in front of your body, in front of your face, so you can see it. What is that needs to be said or communicated to someone today? Now, go do it. Find the words, find the nonverbal communication, whatever that looks like. I encourage you today to step out, release that from your own heart, release that from whatever space it's taking up in your head, release that in a loving, respectful, and honorable way. Maybe it's a confrontational kind of a communication. Maybe it's just an I love you that you haven't said in a really long time. Maybe it's giving somebody the affirmation they know they deserve and that you know they deserve, but they haven't heard from anybody yet. Just makes them feel good to know somebody's paying attention to their work and values it. Maybe it's just saying their name and telling them you're thinking about them. But I'm just going to encourage you, and I'm going to join you in this today. It's a short, sweet message, but I do believe it could be the most important message you hear and act on all day. Thank you, my friend, for sharing time with me. I appreciate you, and I look forward to connecting with you on the next episode. Thanks so much for listening to The Stephanie Stevens Show. Please remember to subscribe so we can stay connected and you never miss an episode of the podcast. Oh, and if you haven't left a rating yet, please be sure to do so. It helps incredible people like you find the podcast. We'll see you on the next episode.